A lot of my art, I guess, is like reflective, and so I'm a woman, and I think I'm drawing from things inside of myself that I really, and kind of try to relate that to the viewer, and a lot of it's just like, obviously very visual, like layers. I do a lot of layers of it. A lot of my pieces actually got really like fetishy in a way, which I kind of was starting to lean towards, not really with this, but in general, like this like other side of my art that sort of like my work is sort of seen as, I guess people think it's like sort of not erotic, but like definitely like sexual, like sexualized, because they're women and they're all like very vulnerable, usually like either nude or like implied to be nude. And so there's that aspect of it being like kind of a little bit sexual, but it's not necessarily that's not the total and overall like the be all end all of my piece. It's not just a piece of like sexy art. There's also other layers to it. But how I got into art was like my dad was a filmmaker and so was my brother, and so I was around art a lot. Like at Pratt, I grew up there, so my dad taught there. I was taking classes there as a kid, and my brother went there. So, and I was exposed to a lot of art as a child, like because growing up in New York, you have so many places to see art. So, art was always important to my family, like my brothers, my parents. So that's how I kind of got into it, and I think that it's definitely very much of me as a person. I'm very connected to the city in a way that I think only people who are from here are connected in that way, and I think that there's not necessarily something I can put my finger on in terms of like, I think people from here are much more down to earth than their credit is. It's hard to live here and be on your own. It's hard to like make a living and like live a decent life as a young person because like it's so expensive and it's full. There's so many people looking for what you're looking for. You have to compete with them to like be where you want to be, like be successful or be happy or whatever it is that you want from life.